Have you ever thought to yourself, how much do realtors actually make? Well, I've been a realtor for 5 years now and just sold a $200,000 property. So I'm gonna break it down, the numbers for you, so you can see exactly how much a realtor can make. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So here's a property I recently sold. It's a 3-unit multifamily property, and I put it on the market for $224,900. It went under contract in 4 days, and the sold price was the full list price. So it sold for $224,900. So this is the property we're gonna be evaluating to see how much I walked away with in my pocket as a realtor. So let's get into the numbers. Now, at my current real estate brokerage, there are commission splits, like I was saying, and my commission split is 85-15, meaning I get 85% of my commission while my brokerage gets 15%. And diving deeper, there's commission splits when you go to list with the seller. So for this deal in particular, my commission split with the seller was 2.5%. So what I would do is that purchase price, that sell price of what it sold for, $224,900, I would get, or my brokerage, because it always goes through your brokerage before it even comes to you, would get 2.5%. And 2.5% of $224,900 is $5,622.50. Now, like I said, I still have a commission split with my brokerage. So that amount goes to my brokerage, and then my brokerage is the one that splits it up. So remember in the beginning, I said I get 85% of that. So I would get 85% of that, and then my brokerage would get 15%. So 85% of that 2.5% would be $4,779.12. And now as a realtor, I can add additional fees, and per transaction, I add a $395 fee in regards to just my back end stuff of what I do to market for the property, so on and so forth. And the blessing about this additional fee is it doesn't have to be taken out of that commission split. So I would just add that $395 price on top of the $4,779.12, which would lead me to $5,174.12. Now getting back into the expenses side of things, because the commission split isn't the only thing that gets taken out of my check. My brokerage also has a franchise or royalty fee, as they call it. And not every brokerage has this. So you want to double check if you're with a real estate brokerage, if they have this, or if you're interviewing to join on to a real estate brokerage. But ours is roughly around 6%, so that's also gonna come out of my commission as well. So for my real estate brokerage's expenses, we have one expense around $361.05, and then another one of $300 of just their, other fees involved. So if we take those prices combined, and then minus it from, now we're at that 5,000 price, because remember I added that $395. So we minus it from that, it comes to $4,513.07. Now this is the amount that comes into my bank account. But wait guys, you thought we were done there? No, it does not end. As realtors, we are self-employed, so we have to make sure we're taking money out for taxes. And for me in particular, my tax professional tells me to take 30% out. Now, you want to make sure you speak with a local tax professional to see how much you should be taking out of your amount that you generate. But for me, it's 30%. Now, I don't only take 30% out, I actually take another 10% out. And that 10% on top of that is for my tithing, because I make sure that I'm tithing back to my community, tithing back to the church. So in total, from the amount that comes into my bank account, I'm taking out 40% of that off the bat. So my take home from that amount that hits my bank account is 60%. So I always know to make sure it's 60% off the top. And to make it easy, I have a separate tax account. So whenever I get a check, I make sure to transfer that money in that tax account and I never touch it. So make sure you try that just so it's easier to manage and you know not to touch that money. So if I take away 60% from that price that went into my bank account, remember that was $4,513.07. That leads me to the amount that I truly made. It is $1,805.22. And that is from selling a house that's worth $224,900. So think about it. If I sell multiple of those per month, that's a good amount of income. But if you're just selling one per month, then it's not looking too good. But that is the breakdown, and some people's expenses may look slightly different from mine, just dependent upon the brokerage you join. So like I said, make sure you reach out to your brokerage, or if you're interviewing different brokerages, check with them to see what their expenses entails, just so you're not surprised at the end of the day when you go to get your commission checks. So I hope this video gave you guys some insight in regards to how much realtors truly make. And this is for a more reasonable price point of $224,900. You have to think, when the price point is higher, so if you're selling a $500,000 house, $1 million house, that commission split is gonna be big. And then also, if you have a higher split with the seller, then your commission split is going to be bigger as well. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you're not sure if you want to become a realtor, you may be watching this and thinking, should I do it or should I not? You're gonna wanna make sure you check out this video next.